Hello, it is 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines we have the closing of the seminar on the fight against money laundering and financing of terrorism. Humanitarian aid begins to arrive in mass in Gaza. Welcome to our newsroom, Djibouti, to welcome a visit from the President of the Sovereign Transitional Council of the Republic of Sudan, the President of the Republic and current Chairman of IGAD, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, will receive tomorrow, Sunday, the President of the Sovereign Transitional Council of the Republic of Sudan, Mr. Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, who, at the head of a high-ranking level delegation from his countries, will pay a working visit to Djibouti under the banner of strengthening relations of brotherhood, solidarity and cooperation between the two sister nations whose ancient ties are rooted in history, shared values and belonging to the same region. Mr. Abdel Fattah al-Burhan working visit to Djibouti will be marked primarily by a summit meeting with President Guelleh. Talks between the two heads of state will be dominated by the conflict in Sudan and the ways and means of enabling these brotherly countries to return to peace, stability, and national harmony. Other regional, continental, and international issues of the common interest will also be discussed under the aegis of its first magistrate, the current president of IGAD, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh. The Republic of Djibouti stands out for its ongoing commitment to resolving the Sudanese crisis. President Guelleh has been at the origin of a plan to end the crisis in Sudan, and since the outbreak of hostility in these brotherly countries on April 15, he has constantly used all diplomatic channels, both bilaterally and through his current leadership at the head of IGAD, to seek a peaceful and lasting solution to the war in Sudan. The Executive Board of UNESCO met for its 218 sessions following the end of the 42nd session of the General Conference, during which half of the membership of the Executive Board was renewed, and during which member states proceeded to elect the chairman and the bureau of the board. Ayed Musad Yahya, ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti to France, a permanent delegate to UNESCO, took part in the vote. Two candidates were in the running, the candidate from Saint Lucia and the permanent delegate from Brazil. The vote went in favor of Madame Vera Laquin, representing Saint Lucia, who was elected president of the Executive Council for a two-year term until 2025. This was followed by the appointment of the vice president, for whom a consensus has been reached within the electoral groups, notably Oman for the Arab group, United States group, and Botswana group, Africa, Haiti for the Grutara and the Lithuania group 2, and with the exceptions of the group 4, Asia Pacific, for India, for which India and Pakistan stood as candidates in a tie-breaking vote. The Executive Board elected India and Pakistan as vice chairman for the Asia Pacific group. Continuing its work, the Executive Board unanimously elected Ayed Musad Yahya on behalf of the Africa Group to chair the Executive Board Special Committee, the body responsible for examining strategic issues affecting the organization's operation, working methods and control. With the view of continuing and extending the diplomatic activity arising from the elections of the President of the Republic of Djibouti and the rotating presidency of IGAD, the creations and the inaugurations of the group of ambassadors of IGAD country accredited to India took place this Wednesday, November 20, 2023, in the meeting room of the Embassy of the Republic of Djibouti in India. Under the chairmanship of the ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti to India, the founding meeting was attended by the head of the diplomatic mission accredited to India from IGAD member countries. The meeting was convened at the request of the ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti to India, Isse Abdullahi Asowe, and his capacity as a current chairman of the IGAD Ambassador Group in India, in representations of the rotating IGAD presidency currently held by the President of the Republic of Djibouti, Ismail Omar Guelleh. Indeed, having noted the non-existence of the mentioned IGAD Ambassadors Group in India, it was important to proceed with the creation and inauguration of the IGAD Group Ambassador Group accredited to India in order to leave a consistent and lasting legacy, marking the Djiboutian presidency of IGAD in India. The objective of the creation of the IGAD Ambassador Group in India is to act a strong regional interlocutor with the Indian authorities in defending the interests of IGAD countries, particularly with regard to advocacy on regional issues, promote regional integration in relations between India and IGAD member countries, facilitate the defense of the interests of the IGAD member countries group in exploring strategies for bilateral cooperation with the IGAD region, explore ways and means of fostering an alternative forms of cooperation with the India, focusing on the India-IGAD relationship. The Secretary General of the Ministry of Health, Muhammad Ali Muhammad, has chaired a workshop to review the study on cesarean sections in Djibouti's hospital maternity wards, as well as the extension of training in prenatal, intrapartum and cesarean care. The aim of this workshop is to guarantee the health and well-being of every woman and her newborn baby. The workshop was attended by Dr. Karima Ghabouri, Regional Advisor for Sexual and Reproductive Health at the Evro Office, Professor Board, International Consultant, Ms. Zahra Musa, Director General of the Healthcare, Director of Mothers and Childs, and senior officials from the Ministry of Health. As a reminder, the Ministry of Health has drawn up a national strategy to accelerate the reductions of the maternal and neonatal mortality 2022-2026. The strategy targets universal coverage in maternal and neonatal health and plans to offer continuous integrated and quality care while striving to make the slogan "Survive, Thrive, and Transform" a reality for all women and newborns in our country. For his part, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Health, Mr. Muhammad Ali Muhammad, indicated in his speech that the Department of Health has launched in 2022 its first national strategy to accelerate the reductions of maternal and neonatal mortality 2022-2026, with the 5 strategic axes that will be implemented during this period. To this end, the Ministry of Health has invested heavily in training health professionals to adopt guidelines in their obstetric practices, targeting the 8 prenatal contacts, the new programs, and review of deliveries according to the 10 C-section group classification system. As part of a technical assistance project financed by the French Development Agency and implemented by the French expert and the Central Bank of Djibouti, organized a seminar on the challenges of combating money laundering and terrorist financing, launched by the Governor of the Central Bank, Ahmed Ousmane. The workshop was attended by representatives of the Central Bank of Mauritius and the African Development, France Development Agency, an expert from the Banque de France, and the national representative from the various sectors concerned. The aim of the mission was to prepare for the assessment, which included assessing the level of awareness of GOFIMON assessment issued with the financial sectors and the supervisory authorities of other financial sector entities designate the non-financial professionals. We will also analyze the organizational arrangement put in place at the national level and to monitor the gap assessment and meet with these various bodies to understand their respective role. The workshop which ended on Thursday was attended by the Attorney General Jamal Suleiman. For his part, the governor of the central bank, Mr. Ahmed Osman, said that the aim of the mission was to prepare for the assessment, which included assessing the level of awareness of government assessment issues within the financial sectors and the supervisory authorities of other financial sector entities and designated the non-financial professionals. We will also analyze the organizational arrangements put in place at the national level to monitor the GAFI assessment and meet with these various bodies to understand their respective roles. The general directors of the Djibouti Institute of Statistics, like the rest of the countries on the African continent, the Republic of Djibouti will be celebrating Africa Statistics Day tomorrow under the theme Modernizing Data ecosystem is to accelerate the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area. In this respect, the Director General of the Institute of Statistics of Djibouti, Mr. Ibrahim Abdi Haji, made a statement on national television in which he spoke on the importance of this African Day. Awareness raising and mobilization on International Diabetes Day in Djibouti as part of the International Diabetes Day. The Djibouti, the first district under the supervisions of the inspector and principal of the Ingala school, successfully organized a 2-kilometer walk entitled Stop Diabetes. The initiative aimed at raising community awareness on diabetes-related issues and promoting a healthy lifestyle, enjoying a remarkable turnout. Over 200 people, including children, parents, menfolk, executives, and members of the civil society took part in this engaging work. We also welcome the presence and active participation of doctors from the National Gendarmerie and Police Corps, underlining the importance of collaboration between the health and security sector. We would like to express our gratitude to the head of the Basic Education Department, Mr. Adel, who warmly thanked the security officers for their outstanding work. Their dedication and support greatly contribute to the success and safety of the event. This stop walk illustrates the Djibouti's first community's commitment to diabetes awareness and prevention. By joining force, we are strengthening our ability to promote healthy lifestyles and combat this chronic disease. We congratulate CRIPEN for the media coverage and all the participants and contributors for their involvement and determination to make this day a significant moment in the fight against diabetes. On Tuesday, November 21, Ali Sabih Regional Council, through its agency Ali Sabih, organized a meeting between its teams and neighborhood committee leaders to discuss waste management created in 2019. AVAST is the first regional waste management agency in the Republic of Djibouti. It is purpose is to ensure waste collection as part of the ADID programs financed by the European Union and implemented by Expertise France. AVAS is benefiting from technical support to strengthening its skills and improve the quality of the service provided to users. To this end, a diagnosis of these services and the development strategy were drawn up at the beginning of the year. In addition, during a studies visit to France, the president of the regional council, Sharmak Hassan Alale, had the opportunity to visit the facilities of the Cycled Syndicate, a French intermunicipal public service in Charente-Maritime. This week, two cycled experts, Etienne Vitré and Gaël Merle, are in Al Sabir to provide technical support to AVAS. During these missions, they were able to meet the the stakeholders involved in vast management in Ali Sabih together with the Avast team. They also carried out a vast characterization project in Ali Sabih in order to work on waste sorting and recycling methods. As part of the project strengthening the blue economies in IGAD member state, the biodiversity conservation and livelihoods diversification, the Ministry of Environment in the Obok region, the Ministry of Environment and Sustainable Development in collaboration with IGAD organized a beach cleanup and plastic pollution awareness day. This activity was carried out under the aegis of the prefect of Obok, Adel Musa Adel Migane, and the vice president of the regional council, Mr. Ahmed Ali Sheikh, not forgetting women and youth associations, civil society. On the beach, many young volunteers mobilized to collect sort waste. This action aims to prove that everyone can take concrete actions, whether individual or collectively, to remedy the situation. Under the chairmanship of Omar Hussein Omar, the president of the Regional Council of Tajarrah held its last ordinary sessions of the General Assembly in Dafina 2, a locality emblematic of agriculture in the Greater Nuwei'ima region. It's three crucial items were on the agenda, reflecting the Council's strategic vision for regional development progress on project, the various missions, undertakings, and constructive dialogue with the population. Most of the timings was devoted to dialogue with the population. President Omar Hussein Omar stressed the crucial importance of staying connected with citizens, understanding their needs, and encouraging active participation in the development process. Open and constructive exchanges took place around the issue of agropastoralism, creating a space conducive to mutual understanding and alignment of objectives. The session ended with a visit to the Dafina 2 gardens. This hands-on immersion enabled board members to better grasp the reality of the local agricultural sectors, discuss concrete solutions to stimulate these actions, to demonstrate its commitment to listening, acting, and collaboration with the local communities. After 2 months of regular training, the Football Academy has just launched its first youth tournament on the sporting seasons for the all ages category from 3 to 18 during this sports season organized by the Football Academy headed by Muhammad Almi Abar alias Gabobe. Children of all ages from 3 to 18 will compete in offering the best football. The overall aim is to offer children and young teenagers a place where they can occupy their leisure times and expand their energies by indulgence in their favorite sports. Football Academy East Africa of Djibouti was approved on December 24, 2014 and is still the first approved football school in the Republic of Djibouti. It regularly supervises around 400 children and young teenagers aged 3 to 18, both boys and girls, at 3 sports venues in the capital. The Academy sincerely thanks the growing numbers of parents who place their trust in its expertise and know-how acquired over more than 20 years of hard work with the young Djiboutian footballer. Now to Somalia, in the Mudug region, to be precise, the modest port of Hobyo is about to undergo a major metamorphosis with the imminent launch of a project to build an international port scheduled to start earlier next year. The project is generated enthusiasm among Somali authorities and foreign investors alike, paving the ways of a new era of economic development currently used mainly to berth small vehicles and transport local goods. The existing port of Hobyo is about to give way to a modern facilities capable of handling large vessels. This transformation is not only crucial for local residents, but also offers significant benefits on a national and regional scale. The international port of Hobyo promises to boost the economy of Somalia, particularly the country's central regions, by promoting the development of trade and investment. It becomes a key driver of economic growth. The ambitious aims of the thereby contributing to the region's stability and sustainable development. For the international scene, 24 hostages handed over to ICRC, while Israel releases 39 Palestinian women and children, a total of 24 hostages, including 13 Israelis, 10 Thais, and a Filipino, were handed over to the International Committee of the Red Cross in Gaza on Friday by the Palestinian resistance in Gaza, while Israel released 39 women and children held in its prison. According to the Qatari Foreign Ministry, while the truce in the fight between Israel and Palestinian resistance began at dawn on Friday, November 24, and is due to last 4 days. 13 hostages were released and handed over to Israel security forces after a brief period of care by the Red Cross. Qatar, a key mediator with Egypt and United States, had on Wednesday secured an agreement for a renewable 4-day truce, during which 15 hostages held in Gaza are to be released along with 115 Palestinian detainees. The International Committee of Red Cross is launching a vast operation lasting several days to facilitate the release and transfer of hostages held in Gaza and Palestinian detainees at the West Bank. And the truce in Gaza Strip, thousands of Gazans try to return home. Thousands of Gazans refugees are taking advantage of the truce to return home. Israel has authorized the daily delivery of 113,000 liters of fuel to the enclave. As the truce begins in the Gaza Strip, thousands of refugees returned to their homes in the Khan Yunis region in the south of the enclave. According to the UN, more than half of the buildings have been destroyed by the bombardment. Many residents don't know if they will still have a roof over their heads when they return. It's hard to put into the words what we are feeling or seeing. The scenes are horrifying. If we would be hit by a tsunami, it would not have been so bad, comments refugee Ibrahim Asfor. Hundreds of people were also seen heading north towards Gaza, despite warnings from the IDF. The truce is a relief for the 2.3 million Gazans who have been exposed to Israeli bombardment for weeks. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good day. Have a good evening.